Guys, we got some penals. Oh, they're throwing. Not the Panzer II. No. Yes, great to see good spirits along all sides. But in any case, let's get to this game. This is a 4v4 Company vs. 2 match with the following individuals. We got Richard, Earth, Johan Claus, we'll just call him Claus, Whale, Super Bidit, Mirath, Star COVID, and La Magician. I'm probably butchering a lot of these names, but hey, that's why you're here, for Greyshot to cast replays and completely butcher names. 3 OKW, 3 Soviet, 1 American, and 1 Wehrmacht. So we'll see how things go in this game. By the way, this is starting an entire week. That's right, a week worth of replays. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Replays coming out to the channel. So, again, to everyone who says, Greyshot, you don't cast my replay, I'm casting 7 of them. So you have got to have a higher chance, or like there's a higher predictability in terms of overall replays again, because I get a lot, that your replay will be picked, selected, and casted from 4v4s to 1v1s. I'll try to get a good mix. So anyway, Hill 400, Central Hill, okay, easy. Then we got 2 points that a little bit hard to get to. Let's see what the enemy does. Right now, the Germans are locking the Allies down, in this case, the American player, with Stern Pioneers. It looks like we have, like, Whale going double Stern Pioneers and a Kubel. Not only capture territory, but also lock down this point. Very smart. Close range, can use the cover, jump from position to position, and overwhelm. These riflemen are coming in piecemeal. That's the problem. People send their units out one at a time. The nice thing about the Kubel, it catches up, and the Stern Pioneers can deal the damage close range. Now, if you're dealing long range, riflemen might have a shot. But in this situation, because of the cover, the Stern Pioneers should win. Though they did, unfortunately, get some hit. Oh, both sides are separating. Kubel's definitely going to separate that fight. So good engagement by the OKW. On the left, same deal. The Wehrmacht here went Assault Grenadiers. How do we do that? Well, we have a commander going straight. It's either 2, this case Strategic Reserve. Richard, by the way, went Breakthrough, which I believe, no, he's on left. That's a little more difficult because his Jagdtiger might be more needed in mid, but if his force on left, he'll be positioned there. At the very least, he'll get infantry over here to hold it. But by the way, real quick before I get 2 things in, if you want to support the channel, like, subscribe, and if you want us to replay, greyshotproductions@gmail.com, and I'll take a look. Anyway, Stern Pioneers going really far. Nice positioning of that MG. Actually counteract a MG push by the Soviet player here. It's a really good job. Star COVID got essentially pushed back. Also, I'm getting more replays because everyone's stuck at home. So, yeah, that's also a reason why I'm doing this. Penal's trying to hold out, but there's too many units coming in and too many close range units. Man, the Germans are really focusing on close quarters combat, and you know what? It's really working. You got 3 sets of Assault Grenadiers, really locking down mid. All the major points are under Axis control. Very quick and efficient. Volk squads are being the riflemen there. Riflemen once again beat by Sturbs. This time they're in better cover, so that's why they have a better chance of not losing units, and B, winning the fight. So really good job there. Volk squad's actually putting that poor man out of his misery. Oof. But good job here. Really good plays across the board. Allies need to think of something else. Now, I see 2 of the allies went snipers, and the problem with that is that's a lot of manpower that goes to getting that unit. Also, if they go at snipers, that means that most likely they didn't go with something else. So, for example, Special Rifle Company doesn't allow for the MG, the AT guns that people are accustomed to. Trust me, this guy's, I think, supports spamming in spades, but for the most part, they're stuck with penals. Now, unfortunately, when you upgrade with PTR's rifles, they're not as good against infantry. So the best thing to do is have that penal troop fight without it. And I know it's 4 minutes. Usually the enemy can get a Lux at 6. So have some form of AT by 6 minutes. Then upgrade your penals. Until then, your main objective is to push the enemy back. And it looks like actually there's not much here to stop them. So the sniper could move up and maybe start taking territory. It'd be risky, but he could. This other guy's going penals with double sniper. Damn, alright, we're seeing some sniper gameplay. Alrighty, let's see if they get some kills. Maybe become a sniper elite, getting 30, 40, 50 kills. Or maybe the Assault Grenadiers come around the corner and murder him. Because, again, line of sight, can't see him, hits him, kills him with pretty much quick, ease. Let's see. Super bid at Wind Infantry Company. So we expect artillery. Plus time on target, which is good for counteracting fortifications, which is what Whale went. Whale went fortifications, which is very interesting in my book because he's actually versing the guy who has a hard counter to him with their commander. So the priest can deal with the artillery and the fortifications, and time on target can uproot any defensive play that Whale could offer. So again, we'll see. We'll absolutely see what goes here. Volk squads and Sturms coming on in echelons, going in for the point, but they're going to be wrecked as soon as those guys go back. Kubel trying to give it his best. Vet 2! It's a Vet 2 Kubel. Give it your all, man. Give it your all. Oh, AT grenade hits it, but they take out the rifleman and push their main squad back. Oh boy, great use there. And actually, I think if I'm no, he went mechanized too. So he's getting himself a Panzer II. It actually was made before the whole the building was placed before this got pretty much neutralized. So really good use there. Really damn good use. Maybe a little too close to the front for mechanized, but hey, so far it's working out pretty well. Penals and snipers advancing against the German troops. Oh, executing that Volk squad. No mercy. Actually, we're seeing barbed wire be set up to prevent the Sturm Pioneers from actually coming around this tight corridor here. Really good positioning of the that barbed wire. Panzer II's on the field, like I said, around 6 minutes. So what is... Let's see. Earth still has no AT, but his Assault Grenadiers are still trying to do work. Unfortunately, the MGs are stopping him in his tracks. We have ourselves a Tier 3 building, so maybe a T-70 could be deployed. Panzerfusiliers coming on in. And Sturm Pioneers. Oh, wait, good satchel. Could we see... We see one loss, but not that much. So good micro by Richard, at least making sure that no other squad was hit. Meanwhile, Panzerfusiliers are coming on in, so they're going to want to pull back. Meanwhile, Panzer II being hit by an AT grenade. No, not an AT grenade. A mine. Had to be a mine. Oh, AT gun is also too far back, so I would have to assume, especially because he has no XP, it's a well-placed mine, so good job there. Remember, if you have infantry company, riflemen can place mines. Just as a small reminder. Now, he upgraded his men with the LMG. That'll make him very good long range. Personally, I'm a bar man myself, but hey, if because right now he's not shooting with it. Like, again, I know it's not it's an armored unit, but still, the fact remains, he's not really. They don't really shoot until they stop. Now, nice AT grenade though will put both Panzer IIs out of commission for the time being. Actually, is there 3? There are 3 Panzer IIs. God damn. The Panzer Corps are in play. By the way, I'm playing that game. I'm trying to get through it to have content on the channel. Though, as you probably tell, after replay week. But in any case, Panzer II doing work, pushing back the American forces. Really good job there. Assault Grenadiers coming on in. Oh no, Riflemen, hold the line. Or just retreat. Better idea to retreat. Captain trying to get in there for the fight, but alas, with 2 assault grens, doesn't matter. It's not going to work. Oh, wait, AT gun using artillery. Earth needs to pull out of there. Luckily, he's able to maneuver out, blitzing forward right onto the other rifleman and the AT gun, while the other assault squad is in cover to take hits. Panzer II coming in. Nice save by Whale, coming in to help his ally out. And Earth will be able to take mid without pretty much... I mean, there's the AT gun here, but most of the forces are going to be focused on him. He's like, hit me, hit me. And literally, goddamn, like, he got their attention. Just like the tractor in Tremors. Got their attention for a short while. But unfortunately, the tractor is now gone, and now they have to find something new to keep their attention. This is a bunch of Sturms and Volks in a Volk squad with the Panzer II. Unfortunately, though, Claus here doesn't have a lot of men. He has a lot of manpower, but I don't know what he's saving up for. Maybe he's trying to get Obersoldaten. Combine that with SUG-44s, and they could be very effective infantry. Or maybe Fallschirmjägers. We'll see. We'll have to see what he goes. But he's saving up for something. And I would have to make the assumption with the building, it's either Obersoldaten or it's going to be Fallschirmjägers. And he's just trying to get those VP points. But good job on the Allies with enough defenses. Although, looks like they're mining here. There's a demo. Oh, good demo placement. I need to keep an eye out for that one. Maybe we get some exploding bodies today. That would be, I would say breath of fresh air, but unfortunately with the amount of body parts in the air, it wouldn't really be fresh. It would be more sort of Walking Dead levels of air. So maybe not. Anyway, also everyone's cooped up in their houses, so they're like, if we go outside, we've been told that there's a chance for a corona, so no. Anyway. Let's see, Panzer II, 2 Sturms coming in. I don't know why you get... Oh, okay, so we already gave him the Panzerschreck. Makes sense. Upgrade that AT even further if you want to be a dedicated AT. Though he's fighting infantry. Sniper, by the way, 10 kills. Not too shabby. These snipers, meanwhile, got 7 and 6. Doing very well. Nice shock grenade, keeping the shock troops at bay. Penal troops get a nasty hit by that Panzer IV. Conscript still holding mid. Rifleman coming on the flank. Does he have any defenses? And... no. He's getting a Stuka, though. So he's using his excess fuel that he has right now for that. Penal troops are going to hold back the Panzer IV, and he wants to keep the distance. Remember, 6 feet distance with penals. Not because they have Corona, but they have explosive charges. That's why. That the Germans have been doing, just, like, social distancing for many years now in the war because of the fact of the Soviet heat-seeking satchel that's thrown at them. They have to really worry. Also, the heat-seeking AT grenades. Those things are nasty, especially because when it locks on you and you just instantly die. It's really interesting technology that I won't explain at all. Anyway, Sturm Pioneers and Volkswagen going on in. The Incendiary helps push back the Riflemen out of their cover, and the Sturms manage to drive them out, grabbing the munitions, which is desperately needed because we look at the resources, and right now, the Allies have a bigger lead in munitions, which is very key, because again, that allows them more upgrades. But Axis have better fuel because they have a steady fuel supply. Nice thing about right now Claus is he's being a massive dick at taking over the enemy. Now, unfortunately, these shock troops are going to execute that unit. There goes all his Panzerfusiliers, and Claus, while he's keeping the enemy from getting the fuel, he's also losing a lot of men. Now, luckily, Earth is coming in with his Panzer IV to help out, but that Su-76 will keep him at bay and keep him out. Assault Grenadiers, upgraded, mind you, to 6-man squads. We can see here, which makes them even more impactful versing other infantry, is now versing just penal troops. Now, luckily, this Su-76 seems to be a good infantry killer for some reason right now. I'm not entirely sure why, but he's doing work. Meanwhile, Panzer IV coming on in. If he can get behind the Su-76 with the penal troops gone, he doesn't have to worry about something. Oh, never mind. Here comes another. Oh, man, that was a bad timing. Back up. Back. Oh, man, he didn't practice social distancing. You should have been. Oh, no. Get away from this. Oh, no. Okay, I was worried about the Assault Grenadiers there. I was worried about them also having a bad case of explosions. Did they find that demo? No, they didn't. Okay. So we have yet to see that. Su-76 also still backing on up Assault Grenadiers, giving chase, so at least keep the Soviets farther back. Though we can see here they both went again. I don't recommend this. They both went the same doctrine, unless you're doing a meme gameplay and/or Skippy, something like that. But they both went shock rifle, so that is a very large anti-infantry assortment. So really, it's up to Mirdath. God dang it. He can also go shock rifle, so we can see triple shock rifle. That means triple IS-2 potential, which I don't know, might be meme-worthy on itself. But, anyway, we'll see how things progress with the heavy armor department. Oh, Panzer IV, they're trying to keep that thing alive. Luckily, they have enough engineers, whether Sturm Pioneers or normal Pioneers, to quickly repair it and get it back up to full operational status. Unless shock troops come in and just ruin everything. Dropping a grenade on the infantry, but the Panzer IV is like, I can just murder you with my main turret and MG. So, hate to break it to you. Su-76 trying to kill that base. Again, this is why I always recommend maybe a little further back with the mechanized and medical. Panzer headquarters is different. The main gun will at least hurt the infantry and whatnot and keep be harder for stuff to hit it. But oh, here we go. We got a Panzerschreck blob, and what did I say? We have Claws here with double Obersoldaten, which is very good anti-infantry. And again, if the enemy's having a lot of penals with Petar's rifles, Obersoldaten are going to have the leg up on that fight. So, in a long-term bout, they'll do well. Now, we are versing riflemen with LMGs, so that should, if they're in cover and in good positioning, that will keep the Obersoldaten back. In this scenario, it won't, because remember, if I'm here and the cover's behind me and the enemy's here, the cover behind me is not going to help. So right now, that's why these riflemen aren't doing as well. Now, if they were behind this cover, it would be a little bit better. Anyway, rifle grenade being fired from the fighting position, which is just great. It's try. Yeah, they can't win in a direct fight, but maybe a rifle or two, firing some grenades might change things up a little bit. Now, unfortunately, they didn't murder the AT gun. A lot of fighting positions, actually, trying to keep the enemy back. Sniper as well in mid. Hold on. He is down to one. No, wait. Hold on. Am I mistaken? He lost both his snipers, or am I? Was Meredith with the one with the double sniper, and the Le Magician had the... Yeah, Le Magician had the sniper, and the other guy had two. Well, apparently he lost them already. Oh, no. Oh, that blob. Oh, that was a bad time for that blob. Incendiary coming in, like I said, anti-infantry, burning the infantry alive, pushing back the blob, and allowing the Axis... allowing the allies to hold off the Axis. And also, additional AT by Star COVID, keeping the enemy back. Earth, though, determined to keep up the attack. Now... Is this a little risky? Sure. But if he come in on the flank of the Su-76, it can't turn its barrel. So, oh, nice direct shot. I like this guy. Fires through the building, trying to do a direct shot at the Su-76, while the Su-76 doesn't normally fire because there's an obstacle in his way. Looks like, unfortunately, he's just trying to burn the position out instead of using the AT gun. More so using artillery to deal with that, which is... weird. You figure the MG would face the infantry and the AT gun would hit that, especially because I think he has two, right? Does he have two? Where's the other one? Oh, the other one's back. Why move the other one up? Meanwhile, the blob is currently being stopped. Could we see artillery or more fire come down? No, because the fire's out of munitions. So now we need something else. We have a sniper that's kind of hanging around the corner. Shock troops coming on in, though. Trying to hold back Earth's forces. Panzer IV coming on in. AT gun, though, well, wait, nope, it reset up. I was going to say, well set up, and it's like, nah, it's just going to get up again. All right, sure, why not? Missing the shot, though, that last one. I'm realizing a lot of Su-76s here. That's what I'm realizing. Meanwhile, the Panzer II is still there. We have artillery. We have a flak emplacement here to guard against a push in this sector. Panzer headquarters is where? Oh, guarding the fuel. Stuka's in place. We can see artillery, maybe. Oh, there we go. Missing the shot a little bit. You could probably get a little better by having a half track. Satchel going off almost on himself. Luckily, he gets out of there. Some quick reaction time. Again, this is... The good news is because the Axis will not let the Allies hold this point, their fuel reserves are dramatically lower, but for the time, the munitions was higher, so that wasn't as big of a deal. As long as you're in one-way winning in the resources, you're doing fine, and you're putting caches. But that's not the case. We only have 2 caches so far for the Allies. Do we have 3? No, just 2. And meanwhile, the Axis is just orange right now, and that's all that's making it, but he's trying to do whatever he can to help out his ally, even though, again, he's having his own issues. He's trying to hold a point that is strategically very difficult to hold, positioning-wise, to cut it out. To cut the enemy resources. So, because he needs to keep taking these 2 points, which the enemy could lock down very quickly and easily if they can become well entrenched. Good grenades right there, pushing back the MG. I love it. 3-man. It's like, I'll take on the Soviet army with 3 men. It's actually doing a damn good job with 3 men. Oh god, I'm just reminded of the Game of Thrones tweet. Not tweet. So many good quotes from Game of Thrones, except for the final 3 episodes. And like half of the 3rd one. So 3.5 episodes of the 6 episode season. God damn it. That's how badly Game of Thrones did, was in social conscience. The social conscience of Game of Thrones just went downward, straight down. It's not a positive note or anything like that. It's just... Anyway, Stern Pioneers in that meantime got annihilated by some riflemen. Riflemen running away, but the Stuka managed to get some great shots, almost killing the squads. Very, very close. I'm really curious what this guy's going. He's yet to pick a doctrine at all. Same thing with Claus. Claus has been also that underdog. I'm assuming because of all the buildings out, he wants to go a heavy armor. Whether that's the King, a Sturm, or a normal Tiger, we'll see. But I think it's going to be the King. Double AT gun pulling on back. Katusha very close to the front. Not entirely sure what he's doing with it. Is he hitting the infantry in mid? He is, but he's hitting more of the opposite dot in cover. Oh, but great bundle grenade against Is that MG? No, the mortar. Sorry. The mortar. Once again, Panzer IV just hitting the infantry from a distance, keeping the enemy from taking that resource. Penal troops, though, getting close. Gotta keep that distance so you don't get satcheled. Not Corona. Just not at least in Code 2 yet. Though it is... I could make a joke about it being a virus so it could hack the PC, but no, I'm not going to do that because, goddamn, that was a thing on my feed today. Oh, guys, my computer got Corona. No, it... Oh, God, those jokes are so dumb. I almost made it. Rifleman taking mid. Again, VP point-wise, the allies are the ones down right now. They're going to need to do something in order to turn this tide. My position would be getting that heavy armor and artillery up unoperational to counteract first the Stuka and LEFH that has been positioned over here, which is currently hitting mid. It hasn't got any... I was about to say it hasn't got any kills yet, and it literally killed 8 men with a single shot. So, you know, whatever. It's already up to vet 1. But that would help stop that, and as well it would keep the enemy back, especially if you have a heavy tank just blasting infantry on the front and making sure the enemy is thoroughly pushed back. Fire coming down, though the spread of it could be better. They can get inside the ring still and capture the point. Meanwhile, Panzerschreck group moving on in. The SU-76 needs some support. Luckily, Super Bit is coming on in to provide that emergency assistance with some Vet 3. Awesome infantry, which, by the way, they have 23 kills? He's doing a lot of work. Is that zeroing? Did he really use zeroing here? Okay, bad. Wait, okay. This could be bad or this could be great. If it's bad if he's trying to do something where he wants to destroy the enemy. It's good if he's trying to make sure the enemy stays back. Zeroing will be in for 25 seconds. If anything comes on in, it will die if they have recon on it or if it's shooting. If it's not, then it won't do anything. So they need something there. Also, pull back those penals. Nope, they're dead. So yeah, the zeroing is null in effect. If he had riflemen... Not rifleman. If he had Volk Squad, Sturm, something there for recon or provide sight so that you can see the enemy in the circle, the enemy would not be able to push up. But if the enemy was smart, waited on the edge of the circle, and then immediately once it's over, he's going to push on in with no repercussions whatsoever. Instead of building on the outside or possibly losing units going into the circle thinking he's okay. We have 2 King Tigers on the field of all things. Panzer Headquarters barely alive as is. Population-wise, the Axis are, even though they're winning this game, they're actually a little bit low. They're in the 60s. The Allies are also actually a bit low. They're in the mid-50s. Maybe upper 50s, but maybe more mid-50s. So it's still a very close game. Now, we can see here the Axis are going with more elite forces. And again, they're doing a decent job preservation now, for the most part. King Tiger, get some help. But overall, they have a lot of vetted infantry. Same thing with the Soviets. While spamming a lot of shock troops, which I will counteract and say that's not a good use because that's a lot of expensive infantry. I don't recommend more than 3 is my absolute maximum, but I think 2 is fine because once you start getting into those higher digits, your manpower usage is going to just go through the roof at the cost and expense of keeping those operational, which is why that cheap infantry is so valuable in these games to keep up with the increasing explosive demand that they're ordered to go through. So allies are coming on through here. I don't think they're going to be able to really make a major comeback as well because we do have fire that can be called down by Milam Magician. Plus, look, as much as people like denounce those SU-76s for not being strong enough, because I've seen that rage on recently, the King Tiger, it can still be damaged, especially if you do something like mark target. Now, I don't know if he has... No, they haven't picked anything yet. Nor do they have that. But also, if you use a number of SU-76s, that can still hold back heavy armor. Takes a little more hits, but goddamn, it'll still break it. Grenades going out, really good positioning. Gets a lot of the shock troops. Assault Grenadiers can't go toe-to-toe with a normal squad, I'll be honest. But in this situation, if they use their grenades to even the odds, then they can... Oh my god. They can fight. Unfortunately, they still have to watch out for those pesky Soviet grenades. God damn, that was a good hit. Do we have any... No, demo's still over here. It's still right there. So we'll see how things go. Breakthrough's now in. That's perfectly... Well, actually, no. The enemy's pulling back. So at least he realizes what's going on. Nice shot with the artillery. Hold on. What the hell was that? Wait, we actually got Earth deployed to Tiger. So, okay. We still got King by Claws. We got King by, hold on. No, we got 2 Clauses. Richard. And then we got, yeah, both Richard and Claws have it. And then we have a Panther by Whale. Meanwhile, the allies have 1:85. No armor. Super Bidit has a Jackson and a Sherman. No artillery yet. Although, fuel-wise, he can't afford it. Oh, double satchel on that Panzer IV. But those Penals are taking heavy damage from all the heavy tanks. Panzer IV, though, might make it. AT guns are focusing squarely on that King Tiger, which might be an issue. Because there's so many of them currently being fired upon it. Yeah, they're hitting him. Oh, that King is having some issue with pathfinding. Still, it's taking a brunt. Can it escape? It's super low. He's going to need a blitz. Get out of there, man. Oh, the infantry's keeping him back. Really good. Again, why infantry support matters. Bring in the Sturms. Pushing back those tank destroyers. Fire comes down. Wait a second. Fire is a Soviet ability. He just burned his own men. Is 227 in effect? Did those men try to desert? And he's like, nope, they must die. Okay, sure, why not? But yeah, they just killed both men. A lot of them by fire, so... sure. Meanwhile, IS-2's now on the field, going after that King. Or the other King. The first one is currently being healed. Though I will say, Richard did lose a number of his infantry in that assault. So, he's definitely not high in population. Same thing with Earth. Meanwhile, we have Claws trying his best to hold out, but also very low on population of infantry and armor. Again, if any of these heavy tanks die, the Axis could be in a serious pickle because of the fact that that's a large chunk of their army just gone. And while sure, Claws has a lot of manpower, Richard doesn't. Richard has enough for maybe 1 troop and then heals. Earth definitely doesn't have enough to, like, just pump out a bunch of infantry. Especially if he takes losses from this IS-2. Anyway, Earth is trying to push up against these Penals. Trying his best. A grenade. 18 kills with Assault Grenadiers. He's trying. Now, luckily, he's getting some artillery support. It is missing. And infantry support by Richard. How much is that artillery? Vet 3 with 26 kills. That's better than a Stuka. Hot damn, that guy is using his LEFH effectively compared to the last guy I saw with an LEFH. But again, he's hitting high populated areas, and he has 1. He doesn't have 8. Roughly. The point is he's trying to make sure the enemy is constantly on the move, doesn't get entrenched, and is at high risk for taking some serious damage. Because again, if you want, they're also making sure that their ally, or in this case the Axis team members, have the infantry to keep the enemy back. So, you know, trying to use stuff effectively. Anyway, AT guns and IS-2 trying to hold back the King, and does so. Although missed the shot, Stern Pioneers putting in a lot of good shots on that IS-2, and the King Tiger though is slightly damaged. The Tiger Ace, by the way, which I don't think I've really mentioned, has got a number of good shots in and is now possibly coming on the flank of that IS-2 and all this stuff right here. Now, unfortunately, they don't have like an airstrike like a... Oh, okay, so Claws went lead armored. Okay, so we could easily deploy some really, really devastating abilities, such as artillery and or heat rounds to deal with against the IS-2. Heat rounds from a King Tiger is horrifying, mind you. It is horrifying, but the double AT provide, again, really like this half-track reinforcing so that way he keep his men in the fight. Plus, I love the Soviet with the sniper. Also, it looks like there's 3 people here, so the allies are done. They're like, okay, the Axis have been literally contesting this area for the entirety of this game. We need this point back. Get your men, get together, we take this hill. Okay, not really the main hill, but, you know, well, the Americans got that hill. We'll take the other hill. So, yeah, these Assault Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers are like, we'll fight this battle. And they're like, oh, God, that's a lot of infantry. A lot more than they signed up for, anyway. Penal troops having some issues there. Oh, God. Although they seem to be doing just fine because of the sheer amount of firepower. And, yeah, now they have the air support coming in. Jesus, from a Sturmovik strike. That's pushing the Axis back. And they should be able to hold this point. Now, they're also placing a demo here in case they get close. Not placing mines. I know a lot of people like placing the demo because they're like, oh, we'll explode them if he tells them all to go here. I'm more of the mindset, like, just place mines. Usually an enemy, especially the Obosodaten or, you know, 4-man squads lose 2. They're like, this is not a good fight, I'm going to leave. Or Grenadiers, Panzer Grenadiers, whatever has 4-man squads. So Jackson, along with the S-25 and S-76, actually putting some shots on the King. Just not a lot of penetrating shots. Take that back. He's using the special rounds, the Sabao rounds along. I would use take aim as well so you can get maybe one last shot in. Keeps him out. Great satchel. Love. Who was that? I forget that Soviet. La Magician. I should not forget your name. But damn good satchel. I love it. He just came around the corner, threw it, and ran away. Perfect. That's all you needed to do. The Allies are putting a more effort. Goddamn, I can't talk today. They're putting more effort in to hold this position because the VPs are down by 4-1. Though the Sturms, which by the way, very good, very highly vetted, getting some great shots on the S-76. Katusha as well hitting the infantry, but the S-76 does snipe the King, which, like I said, Claw's King's likely get a new King Tiger anytime soon, and his infantry is already pretty poor. So to get 3 new squads is gonna definitely, luckily he has reserves to do that, but it's gonna take a little bit of time, especially as they're gonna be recruit against some battle-hardened Soviets or whatnot. Though it looks like the Soviet player actually across the border taking some major losses. Place of mine there. A decent place for a demo, though I would hug it more closer to the tree. This Tiger Ace might see it and might try to remove it. But it looks like he's more concentrated on killing shock troops, which I wouldn't mind. Oh, this could be good. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, please. Thank you. Fantastic demo, I would say. Oh, wait. Are they going to... Oh, nice defensive demo there. Doesn't kill anything, but does weaken them down. Fortunately, a lot of grenades are going to be thrown, and a lot of infantry will die on the Soviet side, but they can recruit. They can deal with it because the half-track, remember, still has a gun, so it's still going to shred them along with the penals and everything else. Now, it looks like breakthrough is coming into effect. Just breakthrough, so that will push a lot of the stuff back, which will prevent him from remanning stuff because it's literally going to be a hot zone. So, yeah, the artillery is going to come down all over the place. Looks like, though, the main epicenter's here. Although it's hitting, like I said, all over. Germans are trying to steal it in the middle of this whole ordeal. The smoke might actually protect them. The Tiger Ace is around the corner. He's going toward the Tiger Ace, so that could help. That's a nice steal for Richard if he can get that. That's, again, I'll take a free AT gun if I could, especially the Soviet one with the artillery ability. MG's opening fire on the Tiger, realizing his bullets may not be that effective. Need to up those armor-piercing rounds, mind you. By the way, got a Vet 4, it's artillery. Again, really, really good use of it. It looks like it's killed a vehicle. Panzer 2 is also on the field. Whale, really good use of keeping your armor alive. How do I know that? Well, let's just say this. He has a Vet 3 Kubel that he still has on the front. Now he's using it passively than actively. He's using it to detect enemy units in the center with his ability to detect units on the minimap from the Kubel, which is good. If he can use that, I know it's a little farther back, so it might not be as effective as he wants it to be, but if he can use that to hold the enemy back and detect by using artillery to hit those key points where he can detect with the Kubel, that's a big plus. That's a good detection ability that isn't as noticeable as a big half-track shining your units going back and forth in front of you. Like, oh, good. Like, example A over here. All right. Although, actually, I would move that to be, like, behind these trees so that way it is a little bit closer and you can see things. Although, gets a good... Well, okay, the idea was good. It at least suppressed some infantry. Didn't really kill much. A lot of Jagdpanzers being deployed by Claws. Richard deploying stuff like Jagdtiger, of all things, getting that quick engine upgrade to help combat the armor. Although, it looks like Earth is losing a bit of his infantry, unfortunately, to the mostly shock troops, I would say. 14 kills with that shock troop. By the way, the sniper, 27 kills. He's getting up there. He's getting up there. Good job, sir. You do you. And by you do you, I mean you snipe German skulls. Continue that. Anyway, IS-2, which, by the way, I believe is a different IS-2 than the La Magicians who came on and died, right? Yes, it's a different one. La Magician, though, needs to save up manpower, which might be a little more difficult for the amount of shock troops he has, but if he can do so, we can get another armored unit. I would recommend SU-85. We have a Sturmovik Strike coming in mid, but the King Tiger, or the heavy armor, is just not going to be affected by the Sturmovik Strike. Oh, Mirdath, okay, so he went guard rifle. Does he have guard troops? He only has penals. So what he's only using it for artillery. Okay. He has 5 kills with it so far. Not, I mean, no LEFH, but yeah, at least he's doing something. Yag Tiger slowly pushing on in. Middle's completely open for the Axis to take it. They just don't have infantry. Again, a lot of the Axis forces are rather low on their frontline infantry. Some are a little better, but a lot, they're really not. So what could end up happening, I could see here, is because the amount of infantry the Allies have been killing, the Axis could be in a situation where they can't take the points. They just don't have the men to take the points. So while, for example, oh, great RD shot. I'm assuming that was from the Soviet. No, the Priest, I think, got that shot. Nice job with the Priest. Good positioning on that, although all the armor's right over here. God, they're backing up being like, guys, we got some penals. Oh, they're not the Panzer II, no! Nigel, no! Anyway. Oh, good. Don't worry, guys. Nigel survived. That's what I'm nicknamed. This Panzer II is hereby christened the name Nigel. And, goddamn, I really, really hope people know who Nigel is. Although it's only going to be to a few, but still. Nigel, you made it. Good for you. You pulled it going back to base. Anyway. Jagdpanzer and King Tiger opening fire. AT gun reposition. Again, recruit by shock troops of all things, but hey, whatever works. King Tiger's going to be hit, hopefully. Yep, he's being hit by, honestly, not that much damage. Yep, although we still have this Jagdpanzer over here, which very risky, especially with conscripts lying around with AT grenades. Tiger Race trying to do what he can. Lost to all of his assault brands. Earth is definitely taking a lot of punishment, but he's trying to dish it. He has Panzerwerfers on standby. He's trying to counter them, and I like how he's hiding them in the corner. Though I love how that one's vet 1 and yet is yet to get a single kill. This one, on the other hand, got a few more, and nice job killing that Jagdpanzer with the IS-2. So now both Soviet players have an IS-2 on the field. So how things have changed. Oh boy, now the Allies look pretty beefy, honestly. Their populations, by the way, are mid-70s, or no, low 7. Something. Oh wait, no, mid-70s. He has a bunch of armor there, so we'll shoot up to 80s. Yeah, mid-70s. Jagdpanzer doing good work at holding that back. Meanwhile, the Axis are currently a little more divided. I would say roughly upper 60s. It's still very, very close, but it is different than it was 10 minutes ago. The Allies were the ones down. Now it's looking like the Axis are the ones suffering a bit. Now, hopefully the Panzerwerfers will come in. Hopefully that will come into play, but he also has to worry because we have already some indirect shots, most likely fired from the Priest or the Soviet artillery. Also, I don't think having our artillery close to each other is a good idea. Separate them so that way an arty strike doesn't take them both out. But again, I like this idea. Jagd Tiger's in mid to help make sure armor doesn't come in. Although the enemy artillery is counteracting that. A good counter might be a flank. Let's double check over here. Because a lot of times in games we see a corridor that's open, that's non-use, that the enemy could see it. Again, we have the American recon that could detect it. We could simply have the German forces locking down this area that can move over. But I'm not seeing any mines on the roads. I'm not seeing any sort of defenses here. Caches are open. So pulling this American out of mid might be a huge benefit, because right now there's so many Soviet forces currently keeping Earth and everyone else over here, both Claus and Richard, that if they can pull that away, if Whale could anyway, because he does have the light armor. Like, if anyone's going to have the hard-hitting quick force, it's Whale. So Whale could come in, even though he's doing a really good job at trying to get at least contest mid. I think they got a shot. Now, this artillery is at 5. Really good job there. Hot damn. And the reason why I say come in the flank, that Priest. You knock that out, that's a huge blow to super bit it. Also, this artillery. You need to take that out. Now, how can you do that? Well, Claws could actually take that out. If he gets a Panther, he could go around and use a... or Panzer IV, he could use a artillery barrage and knock that out. Oh, damn it. La Magician just left. Okay. Alright, so... right now, I'm definitely putting a lot more on... okay. So depending on how this goes, I'm going to say right now it was leaning toward an Allied victory. If the AI, which could possibly happen, literally just sends all of his infantry and stuff to die, it won't be the Allies' fault. It absolutely won't. Because, oh, great mine. Okay, I didn't even know that. Was that Teller mine? That might be a Teller mine that got hit. That's a big uh-oh for the Axis. Especially, I mean, you can deploy another one, but... I mean, also, what the fuck? 2,000 manpower. Good artillery strike, though. I'm assuming that was Wales. Yes, it was. Really good job there. But, like, what? Jagdpanzer also taking a couple shots. Might lose it. If he loses that, that's pretty major. Will escape. King Tiger, Vet 3, doing pretty well holding. Axis did a good charge. They didn't take it, though. Actually, the AI is backcapping, so that's good. Jagdpanzer, though, sniping the IS-2. He could try to push on up against it, but I wouldn't recommend it. Because, oh my god, what are you... oh, he's moving up the AT gun. You need something to cover. The penal troops are there, but they need something else. Fortunately, the shock troops that would came in, unfortunately, are no longer present. Now, typically with AI games, the AI is very consistent in, like, the first 5 minutes. And then after that, they start deploying stupid shit like T-70s and stuff like that as frontline attack units. So, we'll have to see. Sniper charging headlock. Oh, no, don't. The Magician, you're oh, damn it. I was like, the sniper, no, the good one. I mean, this one's still alive, but it's not the other one. At the very least, do I kind of look forward to Nigel? Nigel doing what he can, barely alive, makes it out mid. Oh, thank God. Good job, Nigel. You make it back to base. Anyway, King Tiger and stuff being hit by a lot of AT. Jesus! Mirdath is like, alright, I'm tired of these heavy tanks. We're pumping out the AT guns. Actually, it's a flare, so we can still see those suckers. Oh, wait, just disappeared. We have artillery coming in. Actually, breakthroughs coming in mid, which kept the Allies from taking that. Line of AT is going to knock out that Panzer headquarters unless they stop it. Artillery is currently... I love it. There's a Soviet AT gun that's being pelted by more Soviet artillery. Brumbar is coming on over. Earth, not a bad idea. He did looks like he did lose one of the Panzerwerfers. Maybe got sniped, unfortunately. But, oh, yeah, I got... or mines. There's a lot of mines over here, so maybe something got hit in and exploded a German mine. Unsure on that. Panzerwerfer coming on in, though, looks like kind of missing a lot. Allies trying to take mid, but we're starting to see Super Biden lose a lot of infantry, along with a lot of really, really vetted infantry in mid, which will start costing him. And again, we have another Jagd Tiger, but he does not have the resources to pull out another one so quickly. And oh my god. Oh no, yes, the Jackson did just croak, but we have a Stormvic strike coming on in, and that Sherman... hold on, time on target's coming on in. He's backing up into it. If it depends on how quick... oh my god, Jagdpanzer, if you stop that thing. Ah, damn it. He's gonna make it out. He'll be fine. It was close. If he would have... I'm not saying, like, you have to, but if you would have sacrificed your Sherman, because it probably... oh, wait. Who needs a sacrifice when you have the Soviet AT Corps over here to just annihilate a Jag? Oh, my God. They're like, we can deal with the American artillery. Line of AT guns comes up and says, nuh-uh, you can't deal with us. Oh, boy. They're now lining up on the King Tiger. Again, sometimes all you need is a good AT gun, but AT has a critical weakness, and that is enemy artillery. And the Panzerwerfer does an amazing strike, knocking two of them out, and a Stuka coming in, finishing them off. And there goes a lot of Meredith's forces, though. Vet 3 artillery currently hitting a very critical location over here, killing the base and hurting a lot of infantry and armor alike. Penals as well, throwing a satchel, but realizing, nah, too low on health, can't risk it. He's not great on manpower, he has a decent reserve, but could be doing a little better. But Axis are licking their wounds. Richard has lost pretty much everything. I'm gonna be honest. He has reserves. He has 2,000 manpower. The fact he's not pumping out shit is incredibly surprising to me. By the way, I don't think I looked over ranked this game yet. Yeah, so the Axis know what they're doing. The Allies also, well, for the most part, La Magician was the weakest player, but he was still doing pretty good. Like, he was still doing pretty good. So I can't denounce them doing badly at all. And even the AI is playing competently right now. And that's the best thing you can hope for, is a competent AI. Although, he is sacrificing a KVA flamethrower against a Jagdpanzer, so, you know, competently still not great. Let me just put it like that. Competently still not great. Oh boy. But he's still giving recon at the very least, and he's still causing hell for the Allies because they're just swarming amounts of troops coming on the front. So, whatever helps, I guess. Again, I know this would suck, but I would kind of want to buff the AI in this game even more. I know it would be ridiculous by the amount of manpower you would give them, but even just like, I don't know, 25 extra manpower around, maybe a little more fuel, like an extra 7 fuel, I think would be fine. I would be fine with it. Just, and maybe increase the percentages of better armored units. But that's just me. Anyway, like I said, still doing fine because this AT gun's currently hitting that Jagdpanzer, which is, by the way, Claus's, Richard's only tank left, so yeah, not great. Meanwhile, massive armor push, though satcheled by Claus. S285 and IS-2 smartly backing up. Panther, though, and again, the Panther Strike group are definitely going to do damage. But nice bounces off the front of the IS-2, prevent any serious damage, plus support coming in from his teammates. The AI, once again, oh god, competent AI, coming and killing the Panther. The Tiger's barely alive. If the IS-2 can deal with those troops, IS-2's coming on in for the support, gets an amazing shot on the stern. Again, doing a lot of damage, and again, coming on in, another high explosive volley. Did the S-25 just kill a bunch of men? Okay. Oh my god, wait, the volley could do it. Oh my god, and there goes his entire infantry group. Holy crap. Plus, Jackson's coming in on the flank, though, again, can't go too deeply because we have AT groups. Okay, things have gotten interesting. Because Earth has a heavy tank. This guy might not have a heavy tank in the near future if they spot it. Please tell me Nigel's still alive. Nigel, you're still alive. No, not Nigel. God damn it. Oh well. There's always another Nigel. There's always another. Also, the Kubel died too. AI, I love this, with PTRS rifles, just captured this point, which again isn't cutting them off for the time being, but will slowly put a damper in his forces and his mechanized base if he doesn't deal with it. AI now just going buck wild. For Keinwerfer is an AT gun, by the way, just open for anyone's use. Looks like the Soviets had that one, and I'm assuming AI, so the Suka came in and killed that. A lot of armored vehicles over here. If I was them, I would pull back. That is currently open season for tank hunters. Doesn't matter if they're Penals or Jacksons. I would definitely have some infantry to back you up before keeping so many, especially artillery vehicles near here. Because, AI doesn't give a fuck. He is going around looking for any targets. Whether it's a good fight or not, but whatever, it's the AI. You let it be. You let it be for what it is. Panther luckily coming on in to deal with it. Get a little revenge for Nigel. Meanwhile, on the flip side, great use of the sniper. Again, providing that free recon. So, based on sight and also flare, to just start pounding that Tiger Ace. Unfortunately, the German armor core is now coming on in. And literally, every player, every player, for the most part, except for Whale, is now coming in for a massive charge. This could backfire immensely, because there's so much armor in such a tight-knit area that it could literally break apart. Yeah, and especially being choke pointed with so many penal troops right there, I could just start seeing him throwing satchels. Just like oh god. Oh, we have an AT grenade. It's trapped. Do we have do we have any artillery? Any artillery to speak of? IS-2 and a T-34, because AI, why not? You do you, AI. Katusha now opening fire in the region. Again, will hurt armor. It will hurt armor. PTRS rifle being picked up. Is he firing through? Again, all the armor is still being hit. Where's the... Oh, there's the tank destroyers. SU-85 coming on in. Continuing to do a low damage. T-34 died, but it's an AI. Who cares? They are pushing back, but that's everything. Although, Whale's also pushing back in the region. Stormvik Strike coming in, pushing back the infantry. Oh, God. But again, don't discount the Soviets, because they still have the IS-2. They have an SU-85 coming on in. They have penal troops on standby. They can still do a lot. Tiger Ace, though, coming on the flank. IS-2 smartly backing up. Scout car. Love it, AI. Love you. Love it. Anyway, SU-85 coming on the flank. Panther very close. Can we get a snipe? Oh, it's so close, though. So, can we get a plane crash? That's the next thing. Can we get a plane crash? Meanwhile, Whale, unfortunately, his attack in mid, I wouldn't say backfired, but he's not gaining ground. Meanwhile, AI doing a very kind thing and repairing the German MG. Sure. Meanwhile, we have the SU-85s back here. Very low on health, but they're being deployed to help push back that King. Although the SU-85 did die, they need to keep their distance. Again, this more range-wise, although the Tiger will be hurt quite a bit. We have artillery? No, what is this? Fire coming down to keep them from taking the point. Which will work. Panzer Grenadiers will take damage. Penal troops are on standby. AI, get close. You have satchels. The demo's still there. Okay. I really hope that demo pays off. I really hope it does. So overall, that was... Yeah, overall, not too shabby. The Allies do need to take the points. Right now, they don't have any, which is why they're so close to losing. I will say this. For the Allies to have an AI, they are doing surprisingly well. Surprisingly well. Because usually, if the enemy doesn't have a game, I won't include it. But these guys are, like, I just want to showcase them because they're doing a damn good job of holding back a lot of the Axis players. And they're saying GG, but it's not. They took mid, so it's a little early. But, oh my god, but both of them said it. So both thought both thought the Allies were about to lose that. It's like, oh. Whale's like, Great shot right there. Again, Priest just cleaning infantry. Again, the enemy could be in a state now where they just start pumping out troops and sending them in. Which could be good or bad. If they lose a lot more than possible... Oh my god, this Panther, why? It killed the half-track, sure, but... Okay, he doesn't exactly have a lot. This satchel, if he can throw it, would be amazing. I think he's just trying to wear it down. He doesn't want to waste the resource. He has 600 munitions. Chuck those satchels. AI's coming in like, oh, fine, I'll deal with it. Never mind, I'm going to go fight Tiger Ace. That's more my speed. Sure, why not? I think just putting out of its misery with a satchel might be a little better, especially with the runtime. You can easily come deal with all this. Barrage comes in to keep him back. AI, love it. Half-track fighting a King Tiger. Beautiful. Kills the Panther. We still have the line of SU-85s and the IS-2. I think maybe an IS-152 would have been a little bit better to deal with the long-range stuff. But that's me on this. Claus has a King Tiger, so we're not seeing a Yag Tiger anytime soon. So they don't have to worry about being sniped, which means the armor can get close and personal with a lot of these tanks. Also, nice steel AI. Again, Verkadmorpher. Oh, wait. Could we see a flank? Jackson's coming on the flank! Yes! This is what it... Oh, bounce. Damn it. Do you have armor piercing? To activate those armor piercing rounds. You got them. Use them. Meanwhile, infantry is currently holding mid. That's a lot of work on Super Bidit. That's a lot of work. for him. But luckily, his tank destroyers are helping out. A lot of the armor is currently very low or crippled. Damn, that was a great explosive round. That's a lot of infantry that just got blown up in a small crevice. S-285's doing work on the Jagdpanzer. May not live if they can fire one last shot, but it doesn't look like it. Unfortunately, the allies are not able to put the death nail in a lot of those. Is he placing a demo? Is he placing a demo? Do it! Dang it! I was like, do it. But they're pulling back, even though it's actually not worth it. They don't have another. Well, okay, they can't cap it. There's no way they can cap it. And I'm talking about this on under the Axis. There's no way the Axis could cap it. There's too many men there, and they would lose. Now, unfortunately, yeah, the allies are. Oh, nice. Again, Vet 5 King Tiger, horrifying. Positive news, he only has 3 infantry units. Most of them are being pulled back. Now, I do think that a lot of the Axis forces could deploy more men, but right now they've refused to, and or just using them as repair groups. Literally repair groups, giant stern blobs to heal their armor up quickly. And this is an opportunity where I know the Allies are currently reeling. They are reeling. Like right now, their population, even though like the Americans super high, is probably like upper 70s, which is fine. But also take in mind that they are dealing with, they're dealing with an enemy army that's roughly 250, 260 in total population totals. So they, like the AI, I don't even count. Like I call them as a wild card. They could do as much harm as good. Like, what is this SU-76 doing? Okay, it's going the mid. All right, whatever. Fire's coming down. They might kill. Anything they kill, though, is a blessing in disguise. Now, the artillery's coming down. The Volk squads, they're just sending them in to die at this point. 2 squads just died, and Whale can't keep deploying more men. The fire as well is going to hurt them. This rifleman squad hopefully gets back to base in one piece. But that Sherman, God bless its soul, is just getting round after round shot into that main point and killing so many squads. It's at 30+ kills. That Panzer Grenadier squad, by the way, 33. Really good job there. Tiger, 87. Hot damn. A lot of high casualty ratios on those heavy tanks. But again, they have to kill them. Artillery, though, coming on in. Really good use. I think that was the Panzer... No, it doesn't. Sorry, he doesn't. That would be Claus over here. He has the Panzer Commander ability. Yeah, not only 48 kills. Tiger Ace and King Tiger coming on in. Line of AT, though. Again, really need to get that Su-85 healed. Is fighting 2 heavy tanks. Conscripts rushing on in. AT grenade that. Ugh. And that Tiger is being sent to die with... Nice! You're using the extra penetrating rounds against Super Bandit. Push back that... They did kill the S-285, but it does not matter. That thing is screwed. And although the Stern Blob's coming on in, that's a big uh-oh. Because those Jacksons need to keep distance. But to keep their distance, that Tiger is going to be at half health still. Oh, damn it. Okay, close. And they just need some artillery to kind of help keep holding this position. Now, not artillery. We already had stuff in mid. Used the high explosive round. Not as effective. Katusha coming on in. Saves him. Pushes the blob back. And the S-285 by Meredith. Come on, one last shot on that Yag. Oh, it's backing up into the trees. Gets the kill. And Claus, oh sorry, Richard. They both have Claus in the name. I'm calling this gentleman Richard. He just pumped out a new tank. That's his best shot. Now, I will say in the near future, you're going to have the patch coming out, which will change things. But the Allies have 1 point remaining. 1. No. This is where you get cocky. Although, maybe not. The S-285s are Vet 3, so they will do damage. But it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Do you have any penals nearby? Oh, they're back at base. Damn it. Get those penals to the front. They need to support the SUs. Oh, dude, wait. Oh, this is too risky. But go for it. Yes, second king. I'm rooting for the Allies now. Holy. God damn, they killed a king. Oh, dude, there's so many explosives. Come on. IS-2, hit it. Take him out. Take him out. Oh, there's so many, please. Damn it. I just want a high explosive shell against all of them. Oh, that would be amazing. Unfortunately, oh, there goes an AI unit. Americans locking this area down and has enough random units floating about that they can't just push mid. These Soviets, Star COVID and Super Beta and Meredith are just killing it. Their populations is near 100 for the American, and they're 3 players versus 4. They have an AI. Now, and again, we're seeing heavy casualties for the Germans trying to take that point. Again, this is where you throw caution to the wind, and you start seeing that impact, where you start seeing the enemy being like, we can win this, and they can't. They are having a lot of issues. S285, I love this. Trying to kill the mechanized building. They take that out. That's another area where the enemy won't be able to heal. And the AI can just walk over and take it. AI decides, nah, I'm not going to keep shooting it. Sure, AI, why not? Although we'll hit the Panther, though, bounce. So love it. Love it, AI. Love it. Artillery, though, hitting the Vet 5 King. Oh, there's a Vet 4 Stuka. All right, good job there. Oh, it's super close. One last hardy shell. Oh, it's going to get it. He got it. What? Damn, good use of the priest. And again, I wonder if he was doing that because he saw it or if he was trying to hit that artillery. I don't know, but it worked out for him. And actually, he might take it out. That thing has 72 kills before it dies, though. I want to point out that thing has been... Oh, hits the infantry on the retreat. Meanwhile, the Tiger Ace is still alive. Panzer Grenadiers guarding it. Do you have any on the infantry? Just Pioneers. Again, Earth doing what he can. Satchel's being thrown on the Tiger. Oh, no. There goes that Tiger Ace. No. And all of the tank destroyers coming on in with penals. There goes the Jagdpanzer. The Panther's about to be hit by another volley. And again, I love it. He's using the armor-piercing rounds, making them more likely to hit him. There are mines. Let me be very clear. There are German mines, and it's very risky to do this as the Americans and the Soviets because you're pushing into a situation where you're overextending. While the Finnish did amazing against the Soviets, eventually they got to a point where they started overextending, they started losing too many men, and they couldn't make up the numbers against the vast majority of Soviet forces. A little bit of cockblock beat here, may have killed the IS-2, does kill the IS-2, unfortunately. Katusha, though, pays them back with force, coming on in, killing many squads in there. Up to 32 kills for the Allies. Last-ditch effort by a bunch of Volk squads. Riflemen, though, coming on in. They have the Sternvik strike coming on the distance. Flame coming in against the Volk. Do we have any other infantry? Okay, they have an MG. Hopefully they keep the men on the point. Fire's going to hit him on the retreat a little bit. Panther's right there trying to help out. But it is a serious matter. The Axis are down. The Allies are great on defense, but they are losing a couple units here and there. And right now, while they're getting some new ones out, they need to make sure they don't lose too much in order to hold these points. Really good push. I'm not denouncing that push. They need to eventually, do some damage to keep the enemy from just pumping out more stuff. But there's a point where you have to be very cautious about it. And that's why I'm very cautious about push right here. Luckily, there's no mines. Luckily, the artillery cleared it. But then you have a situation with the IS-2 where the pathfinding and the retreat just didn't go as planned, and you lost a very valuable unit on the front. Now, can he deploy another one very quickly? There's a V8 flamethrower here. That will suffice, but he's not deploying an IS-2 anytime soon. That's not happening. La Magician also lost his S-25, has a T-34, so whatever. AI has something. And also, you have to wait it out. We're in a situation where you're doing great. You're holding mid. You're slowly, the clock is ticking on the Axis, but where I see a King Tiger right here, Axis, pump out some more. They have a lot of AT coming out. Earth, it looks like, is getting a Panther force. Artillery finally knocked out, so there goes a lot of Wales forces right there. Wales down. He lost his Stuka as well. I don't think I mentioned there. He probably got hit by the artillery, right? I'm assuming. There's some wheels there. Maybe that was it. Not entirely sure. But we're seeing a big effort, looks like, for a last-ditch Axis push in mid. And that's a little concerning. A little concerning. Though, again, Sherman doing work. Push back the infantry. Tanks coming in, but we still have a Jackson. Vet 3. Although the heat rounds are coming into effect, will definitely do a lot to a Jackson. Has to keep its distance. A lot of armor coming in right now. Su-85 overextending. And again, I'm not trying to critique them, but you need to back it up. Where's that infantry support I was talking about earlier? It's on the other side of the map. Luckily, this guy's coming over, but he doesn't have the IS-2. He only has one Su-85. Meanwhile, big push in mid. Again, a lot of infantry about to come on in. You need to drop that fire. You need to drop everything you got to hold that point. This is the German last-ditch effort. Priest is now knocked out. although main gun has been disabled. Jackson could probably rip that thing apart. Very close to. Sherman knocked out. That's a lot of armor lost for the American force. Luckily, one Panther's neutralized. Earth, though, has enough where he can deploy many more units. Satchel going off may have murdered his own unit, but whatever. At least he knocked out the Panther, and it probably will die. Very, very close. Main gun being used on the KV, though the Verkenwerfer and AT army is now in effect. German forces swarming onto that point. King Tiger coming on in. They gotta hope that the flame hurts it and the direct strike kills it. Although it looks like it's firing on the other side. Fires, though, coming down where all the German forces are. Gonna barbecue them. They're literally being barbecued. I'm not even joking. Their men are dying on the point in droves. American force coming on in. He has a very small avenue to hold. Katusha coming on in. Stop the capture. Stop the capture. Katusha killing more men along with the riflemen. Doing what they can. Right now, a large blob right here, and I believe breakthrough is... No, we don't breakthrough. It's a Stern strike. My apologies. We're just coming in, killing the infantry, pushing them back. Stern blobs coming on in. They need something to deal with that. I don't see what they have anywhere close. AI is their last hope. So long with some engineers. This is where the allies are now going to start sending in units to desperately try to cap it. Or they could send, this would be a last-ditch effort, a unit over here. They need to send a unit over here to capture it. I know it would be risky, but maybe a Sherman. Just quickly kill it, decrew, at least stop them. Luckily, Panther was knocked out. So there goes Whale's force right there. Whale has 1,500 manpower. Whale, what are you doing? Get your armor back on the front. They took the point. And it's GG. The Allies, unfortunately, just weren't able to deal with the final Axis assault. If I was the Allies, I would not have overextended that way. The best way to go is over here. If you can, I know it would be risky, but if you can at least capture that point, you have you can at least make sure that it stays under reps. And there's nothing over here. Unfortunately, I think the AI did play a part, but that was a damn good counterattack and hold by the Allies. Really great plays across the board. Now, they did capture mid, but the Allies gave them hell in the German activity. And honestly, the Germans were throwing everything they had. Whale, while having a huge population reserve and so much manpower, and a lot of the game, he had his army set. He just kept chucking out Volkssquads toward the end, thinking, I'll just capture it, and he lost almost everything. Claws lost a lot of heavy tanks. And again, I think that heavy tank rule, when they do it, which will delay the heavy tank being deployed, will have a major impact on these types of games. Let's see. We got Richard. Richard as well. The Stern Blob was actually pretty effective, though the Allies countered that greatly with the high explosive shots, the KVA flamethrower, and especially the Katusha. So really good, nice job across the board there. Earth, really good job with his Tiger Ace. Got a number. It was like 80 or 90 kills. Same thing with Whale with his artillery. Really good job with that. And also the Vet 5 King Tiger that was there. But once again, the problem came sending in units just trying to go for the capture and losing almost everything. That was a last-ditch effort. If the Allies would have held against that, which would have been... It would have been difficult to do that. And especially with an AI. If Le Magician did not drop, I'm more inclined to give this an Allied victory. Star COVID, COVID-19. An hour and 10 minutes in, roughly. And that's how long it took me to figure out that this is guys making a goddamn COVID-19 reference. God damn it. That's where my mindset. I'm trying to avoid talking about it except for jokes, and of course. Super Bidet, again, doing a really good job with his artillery, knocking out heavy tanks while they're healing and knocking out the enemy artillery. It's a really good job on his part. He's not just doing direct strikes. He's using artillery very effectively. Same thing with the artillery in the back. Again, really good job. 55 kills. There's no one here that I would say was playing badly, except for maybe some Axis members. They relied a lot on their heavy tanks, and I think that cost them. This is a big reminder that don't rely on the heavy tanks. You need to have a good, diverse palette of forces. Whale had that, and I think for a long time he was doing a really good job with it. And as soon as I saw the AI, I'm like, okay, this game is over. The Allies are going to lose and be slowly pushed back. Quite the opposite. Allies did a magnificent job. So I'd have to say probably out of everyone, I would probably... Hold on, let's double check damage before I make my assertion. Yeah, the two clauses were the ones that just didn't have a high bar. Earth, a lot of damage on his part. I wonder if that's a lot of it to do with the Tiger. I'm really curious on that. So, by the way, Earth, thank you for submitting this replay. Thank you very much. Actually, that was really worth it. I know I don't typically do AI ones. Nearly 29,000 damage. Hot damn. Panthers as well. Got a lot of damage. So, really good job there. Damn, nearly 20,000. So, that's where he got all of his damage from. So, really good job there. Kills went to super... wow. Meredith, 108,000. We're looking at 6 digits. I mean, AI did fine. AI actually got more kills than COVID-19, but I think he was more damage dealing. So good job. Also, really good penals. Like, some great satchels being used for the most part. Maybe a few more could have been thrown, but, you know, that's nitpicking at that point. So let's double check Meredith and why this person got so much damage. 42,000 for the goddamn tank destroyer. 7 kills with the howitzer. Remember, that one doesn't even have direct fire. This one doesn't have any special abilities compared to the LEFH or anything. So, damn good job with that one. And my game bug splited. But in any case, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Remember to send those replays, Greyshot Productions, and hopefully you enjoy Replay Week. I have no special graphics or anything, but enjoy it nonetheless. I'll see you all on the next replay, which will probably be tomorrow. So, see you next time. Hello everyone, before I go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Joey G240, Josh, Milam, Ace, Ion, Ollie, Pyro Shark, and Jakub Allswy. Thank you all so very much for your amazing support. You keep this channel going, so thank you. Remember guys, if you want to be an awesome Patreon supporter, you can do so down below. But otherwise, it's been Greyshot17, and I'll see all of you next time.